Welcome back, everyone. New week of Destiny 2 Season of the Splicer. I'm excited. A lot of things happening this week. Grandmaster Nightfalls are here. And this season I might actually finally participate in them. So, week 7. Let's jump to the helm and see what Mithrax has for us. Alright, Mithrax. What you got for me? What new developments?
Guardian, I greet you in the light. Even if darkness hangs overhead, we were correct that an unseen hand was guiding the Vex. Quria, the dreaming mind, brought this endless night with it. It has been draining the energy from this city. We do not yet know why. Ikora and Osiris have thoughts, but the details do not change the truth. Quria must be stopped. But first, we must find it. I have reached into its domain, but the Vex forces break my sight. I believe I am close, but I must focus. You, Guardian, strike the Vex now, with great force, so that I may see Quria through your ripples. It may seek the destruction of your city, or of your vanguard, or something even greater may be at stake.
Mithrax has been busy this past week. So Mithrax has determined that the energy of the city is being siphoned by Quria. Why did I say Kira? Quria for an unknown reason. He says he has been pursuing Quoria's signal through the domain, but its exact location keeps slipping through his fingers. When he gets close, the Vex rise to break his focus. It may seek the destruction of your city or your vanguard, or something even greater may be at stake. Like the Traveler! He asks you to strike at the Vex and disrupt their network so he can find Quria through the chaos. So I assume we just jump into an override? Alright, we'll go to an override. Perfect.
Now that we know Sabaton is behind the attack on the city, our missions are even more important.
The Witch Queen threatens all. Together is the only way forward.
I could not have said it better, my four-armed friend.
I like this new dialogue. Alright, we're going to the moon for the sticks.
This infinite realm beyond material space is but one of many. The universe holds so many dark and fascinating secrets. If only our eyes were open enough to see them.
Pay attention to the words at the top left. So this realm answers to only one master. You think you have power here. But I made a video on this, I was like, wait, what? And I looked back through my footage of last week, and that's why I made that edit. It's like, hey, look at this. I didn't know about this.
It appears the Vex would prefer you not to learn anything further at all. You'd better get moving.
So one thing I learned is that little security sweep thing arrives at 1 minute, and it shows up once every minute. So in 10 seconds, it'll appear. Watch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. It was a little early this time, but you get the gist, right? And then at 2 minutes it'll appear again. So I'm used to running this as a hunter, which is probably the easiest class to do this whole part on. Especially with triple jump. Okay. Man, these corrupted missions just look so good.
The oppressive mind has ensconced itself behind a series of data barriers. Remove the barriers and destroy it. I do wonder if the Vex security here is so lacking because they never imagined you could reach this place.
I probably
Because
could have
they
jumped
can't
up, but
simulate
that
it.
was weird.
Fascinating.
You're joking. You're joking, right? Do I have to restart the mission? I think I have to restart the mission. This mission is breaking on us.
The oppressive mind has ensconced itself
Alright,
behind
we're gonna
a
wait.
series of data barriers.
Wow.
Remove the barriers and
Terrible aim.
destroy it.
You know, I wonder if, like, that's intentional. Like, Savathun's deleting our ability to... our ability to use these things. I guess we'll check over here. If this is not solid... What is solid? Crap. Is that just bugged? Or is that intentional? Or and Bungie just wanted us to have a laugh? Hold on. Okay. So weird to see Vex and Taken working together here. You never see that. Oh, you're not Taken. Are you? You don't look Taken. None of you are Taken. Now I'm just more confused. Half expecting the launcher not to work. Oh yeah, it's blocked. Okay. Dang it. Not quite. Why are you shielding up again? Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of lag going on. OBS is detecting it. I feel it in the game. That's just cruel. Oh, shoot. Okay. Cleared it. That's annoying. You can't just run through everyone. There's a gap there. Oh, man. How did that count as a headshot? Alright. It's so weird alternating between their actual head and their chest. Whoop. Oh, you're still in this part. Oh no. Ooh. We dodged it. Disruptor charge. I just realized I had that buff. What? What does that mean? Oh, I shot you. I hate all of you. That was a double phalanx push. Oh. My well better still be there. Okay. Get out of here. Ooh, that was a lucky bounce. There's a Minotaur behind me. I felt your punch. Right in the armpit. Don't you dare recharge your shields. Alright, where are we going to cover here? Because we know there's at least one more expunge mission that can be corrupted. So obviously we're not going to find Kira this Korea. We're not going to find Korea this week, but we might find her next week. But we don't know. At this point, I just want to get all this done. Oh, I didn't realize there's those things. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, there's no enemies this time. Okay.
Another oppressive mind. Show it the fate of its predecessors.
Oh my gosh, you have a lot of health. You're immune, right? Okay. He didn't have a shield around him, so I had to make sure. Oh, I hate taking captains. The most annoying out of all taken. Very close second is the hobgoblins. Get out of here. Why is everything lagging? Woo!
With this victory, the threads of night are further unraveled, and the weaver of this dark tapestry can no longer elude us. I have found a route to Quiria's hiding place. It is concealed behind numerous layers of defenses compiled by the Vex.
But now we have a target.
Something we can hit!
I would caution you against underestimating Quoria.
Agreed. We must strike carefully. Mitigate Quiria's ability to rally defenses. Then, punch through the network like a white-hot sword of praxic fire.
We can do this.
Together.
Together.
It's actually a really cute little pep rally there. Cool. They give you a lot of time. Do we go back to Mithrax then? Okay, so we're meeting with Saint 14 and Osiris. Saint, Osiris is your lover, right? Shouldn't you be noticing if Osiris is off? Okay. Let's chat, boys.
Osiris, there is something I must discuss with you. Lakshmi, she came to me with a proposal.
You taking over as Titan Vanguard? She discussed it with me as well. Lakshmi has radical ideas, but they are only words. No cause for alarm.
Good, good. Only words, of course.
She wants what is best for the people of the city. And in truth, you would make an excellent leader.
I do not seek authority. Zavala may have a beautiful desk, but he is chained to it. We could use less bureaucracy, maybe. More proactive strategies, where we reclaim ground taken from humanity. An open council in the city to speak with the citizens. Ah! I have imagined a new vanguard, led by us.
Led by you, I would stay back and advise. I lack the temperament for leadership.
Ah, a fantasy only. I told Lakshmi I would think about it so she would go away. The words, tasted like treason in my mouth.
Let her believe you are considering it. If you refuse, I imagine she might approach Lord Saladin next. And after what happened with Keitel...
I understand. Later we will speak more of this.
It appears Lakshmi is speaking a bit too freely. I will report her behavior to Ikora, though I imagine she already knows. You should continue working with Lakshmi. Don't mention what you've heard. We must keep this as quiet as we can. With the endless night and the Elixni here, the city has become a powder keg. One errant spark, and it could be the end of the Vanguard.
I'm checking his eyes. Speak with Mithrax. Alright, I will speak with Mithrax before or after this. We'll talk to him before.
I feel Quiria's vile presence pulsing in the heart of their network. I feel a strong hand pull against the threads tied to everyone living in this city. This has gone on too long, Guardian. None can spend so long in the night. Death surrounds this place. The true death, which always starts from within. I have heard your people say it is darkest before the dawn. There is comfort in that, yes. But I fear this endless night will grow even more terrible before we see the sun again.
Oof. I share his concern there. You hear fear in Mithrex's voice when he tells you he senses Coria's true strength pulsing through the network. Although he has nearly pinpointed Coria's location buried within the Vex domain, his words to you are ominous. Death surrounds this place, the true death, which always starts from within. I fear this endless night will grow even more terrible before we see the sun again. It's terrifying. Alright. Quest completed. Let's hear the public announcement.
People of the last city.
Ah, not you.
The last time I spoke to you, I was silenced. Clearly, Ikora Ray fears the ugly truth. The Vanguard have betrayed you. You need not take my word for it. Simply look at their actions. The Vanguard have turned their backs on the light, and now openly wield the darkness. They force you to shelter a horde of fallen, led by a fugitive with ties to the Vex. And finally, they try to cover up Sultan's involvement in it all. Ikora Ray claimed that the fallen could stop the endless night. But on the contrary, they have only made things worse. It's even possible that the Witch Queen walks among them. Unfortunately, the current Vanguard will stop at nothing to protect their place in their ivory tower. They don't understand the people of the last city, and their actions prove it. Future War Court, a new monarchy say, enough. We intend to return this city to its people. If the Vanguard won't protect you, then we will.
Oh, Lakshmi is honestly the worst. So, just by her saying New Monarchy and Future War Cult, it means... Oh, what's his name? It's not Admiral. What's his name? Jaal or something like that? The Dead Orbit dude. Means he's not fully on board with it. Then again, Dead Orbit's whole purpose is to abandon the city, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But again, it's just words slithered in with lies. Everyone understands why the Guardians had to start wield the darkness. The Vanguard don't openly approve of it. There have been lots of Guardians who have been apprehended because of their use of the darkness and the corruption it's giving them. Zavala sent out a Guardian-wide proclamation to stop using the darkness. But we had to use it. I mean, it was necessary in order for us to stop the House of Salvation. Because we know, thanks to Elizabeth, the Exo Stranger, that if we didn't embrace the darkness, we would have lost. The light wasn't strong enough to fight against the power of stasis. Anyways, I can rant all along. Yeah. Lakshmi's the worst. She's planning her coup. She's gone to Osiris and Saint about it. Osiris is not taking Lakshmi's involvement seriously. He's downplaying the effect Lakshmi's having on the heart of the city, which is going to ignite this fire and just cause this whole civil war to break out within the city itself under the endless night. Oh, this is going to be rough. So, Splicer 7 done. We got 2 more. So this should be 8, and then finale or something like that. I'm not sure. In any case, let's go ahead and do our little lore reading. I'm excited to see what this page is about. Gilded Knives. Ooh, that's a throwback to last season. They say the promenade of the core district never sleeps. In times of celebration, it was a parade ground meant to extol the virtues of the Guardians and show the people of the city the faces of their often distant defenders. To see it empty was almost unheard of since the Red War. Executor Hideo of New Monarchy walked alongside Lakshmi II of Future War Cult, observing vendor stalls decorated in neon lights that flickered intermittently as they passed. But there were no vendors, no proprietors. Hideo glanced over his shoulder at the 4 Future War Cult security officers that followed behind them at a respectful distance. "Do you remember the last time this street was empty?" he asked. "Yes," Lakshmi said with a heavy heart. "They called me a fool then as well." She did nothing to hide the contempt in her voice. "We make mistakes in circles, Hideo, walking in a loop of our own self-made despair." Before he could formulate a response, Hideo spotted the reason for their walk through the endless night. A towering behemoth of chrome and lavender cloth, hunched over in an abandoned plaza. Saint 14 focused on the birds underfoot, scattering a handmade mix of seed on the ground while he cooed contentedly at the pigeons. "You have chosen poor night for a walk," he observed as Hideo and Lakshmi approached. "Do you need escort back to tower?" Hideo shook his head. "No, Saint, we went to find you in the hangar, and Miss Holliday informed us that you had come here to contemplate. Birds are uncomplicated, good conversationalists. They give me room to think," Saint said with a smile in his voice. "How can I help?" "The consensus has struggled, as of late, with some of the Vanguard's decisions regarding the city's security. We wanted to expand that conversation to include you," Lakshmi said. "But not Uruk Jalal?" Saint asked, a more pointed and cunning response than either Hideo or Lakshmi anticipated. "No," Hideo quickly confirmed. Lakshmi verbally maneuvered around Hideo's answer like water around a stone. "This is about ensuring that the best interests of the city are at the forefront of the Vanguard's mind." Saint fixed his helmed visage on Lakshmi. "The Elixir, a statement, not a question. The Vanguard are a military force, and the consensus does not doubt their commitment to defending the city beyond its borders," Lakshmi carefully worded her approach. "But we have come to doubt that a military force is the best governance for the city inside of its walls." Saint squared his shoulders as it presented a challenge, and looked between Hideo and Lakshmi. His stoicism twisted Hideo's stomach into knots. "We would like to propose a reconstruction of the city's leadership, placing the Vanguard as the authority for what goes on outside the walls." Hideo gestured toward the mountains. "And respective leadership here inside the city," he motioned to Saint. "This is bad plan," Saint said without any attempt of obfuscating his feelings. "Surely you understand that tactical operations in the field do not always apply unilaterally in a civilian quarter," Hideo pleaded. "On top of that, the Vanguard is stretched too thin. They cannot be the leadership they need to be." Saint balked. "Then why come to me? I am no politician." "But you are a leader," Lakshmi countered as she placed a hand over her chest. "A hero, a symbol to the people." Saint drew in a steady breath and grew silent. "It may not feel like the right choice because of your personal feelings toward Commander Zavala and Ikora. Change can sometimes feel distasteful, but I know you aren't one to ignore your sense of duty." Saint looked down at his feet, at the birds, at the seed. "I must speak with Osiris," he asserted. Lakshmi briefly regarded Hideo and nodded. "Give your partner our regards." "I will," Saint said stiffly, scattering the last of the seed in his hand to the birds before departing the plaza. Hideo and Lakshmi waited under the watchful eye of the traveler until Saint was gone. "If he tells Zavala or Ikora," Hideo said through clenched teeth, "Osiris will stop him from doing anything so stupid," Lakshmi said, the softness in her voice gone. "And if he is so short-sighted as to refuse us as Saladin did." Hideo's stomach twisted again. Man, I hate these two. Hideo, not so much. He's just kind of along for the ride. He's definitely no good guy, But he's definitely no mastermind, if that makes sense. But Lakshmi, this whole chapter with Gilded Knives, this reminds me of the story that Keitel shared about the downfall of her civilization. How her friend, like one of her best friends, also one of her like highest counselors, or I don't know the terms that they use, became under the influence of Zivo Arath and eventually betrayed Keitel and the entire empire, and pretty much opened the way to the invasion of their homeworld and the fall of it, and the whole reason why the Cabal are now here with us. So I feel like it's the same thing going on. Like Lakshmi, part of me really hopes she is corrupted in some form or way by the darkness or by the hive or even the Vex. I guess the Vex through Korea, through Zavathun, which is the hive. But anyways, I hope that's the case and that we get to eliminate her, take her out of the picture. We can't just assassinate her right here and then. It would spark outrage amongst the people because because of her lies and her deception, she has won the hearts of the people. Oof. So that's how they approached Saint. And Saint is just not having it. I wish we were able to go talk to Ikora and see what's going through her mind with all of this, but we can't. There's no option to do so. Next week is going to be a powder keg, just like Osiris said. Osiris is doing nothing to help the situation, which just compounds on him not being reliable and trustworthy. Lakshmi is super close with preparing her coup. The only problem is she doesn't have guardians to back her. Because let's be honest, a single guardian can wipe out the entire city defense force. If not one, maybe two. But if you have Ikora and Zavala against you, oof, you're screwed. Not to mention the hundreds and thousands of guardians out there fighting on the front lines, understanding the real situation, and coming home just to see, future Warcall and new monarchy wanting to overthrow the Vanguard. They're going to be like, nah. This will be interesting because Mithrax is so close to finding Korea. We are like knocking on her doorstep. We're going to go in there, destroy her. Hopefully that breaks the hold. If it doesn't, then we're in trouble. We don't know because, Bungie doesn't release information on the next season until this one's done. But next week is going to be good. Like, last week was a good build-up, and I was excited for this week. And this week, it just kind of, tensions are just even higher. Didn't think it was possible, but it is. And based on the Triumph page, I'm not even sure if next week is the final week. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't have much more to say, much more opinion on the matter. This week, in terms of the lore story and everything going on, I won't have to rely too much on Bife to fully understand the depths of everything happening, but you should still definitely watch his videos as they come out, because he'll provide more insight than I could even hope to provide. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.